Hello everybody, thank you so much for tuning in this afternoon. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am here live at Downs Field in Brookline, Massachusetts, here to bring you live coverage of this upcoming high school girls lacrosse matchup between the hosting Brookline High Warriors, which you can see to my left here in the white jerseys, and the visitors, the Womps of Braintree High School, who you can see to my right in the blue jerseys. Beautiful day for lacrosse, definitely on the warmer side. We are well in the throes of spring here on May 27th. And as we wait for this game to get underway, let's take a look at the rosters of these two teams here today. Starting off with the visiting Braintree Womps. 1 second. There we go. All right. So the lineup as it was given to me. Starting off, we have a senior defender, number 24, Lauren Curley. Next, a junior midfielder, number 19, Maggie Burchill. After that, a junior attacker and midfielder, number 18, Margot Tenney. A junior midfielder, number 1, Maeve Holland. A junior midfielder, number 23, Emma McDonald. A freshman midfielder, number 17, Abby Shaligan. A freshman midfielder, number 2, Ava McDonald. A freshman midfielder, number 13, Carolyn Burchill. A freshman attacker and midfielder, number 6, Claire Joyce. A junior midfielder, number 21, Emerson Hannigan. A sophomore midfielder, number 11, Fiona Holland. A junior goalkeeper, number 30, Hannah Barrett. A freshman midfielder, number 8, Jackie McGonigal. A junior midfielder and defender, number 16, Jordan Bellow. A freshman midfielder and defender, number 12, Margaret Carey. A senior midfielder, number 10, Rebecca Horger. A sophomore midfielder and defender, number 7, Tessa Marston. A freshman midfielder, number 4, Nora McLaughlin. And finally, a freshman goalie, number 30, Fiona Riley. So that is the roster for the visiting Braintree Womps, and as the two teams huddle up for the start of this game, let's take a quick look at the roster for the hosting Brookline Warriors. A senior defender, number 13, Ava Bauman. A freshman midfielder, number 28, Abby Cooney. A senior midfielder, number 9, Anya Downey. A sophomore defender, number 20, Ellery Eisenhower. A junior defender, number 18, Jada Kelly. A senior goalie, number 25, Kaylin Carrain. A freshman attacker, number 11, Madison Carrain. A senior attacker, number 5, Fiona Lawrence. A senior defender, number 7, Nina Luby. A junior attacker, number 14, Kellen McNamara. A senior attacker, number 19, Ayana Medina. A senior defender, number 10, Zoe Mendoza. A junior defender, number 17, Lee Mitchell. A senior attacker, number 3, Andrea Modikadis. A senior attacker, number 12, Hannah Park. A senior defender, number 16, Lily Rogers. A sophomore midfielder, number 8, Faith Rothstein. A sophomore midfielder, number 9, Charlotte Smith. A sophomore midfielder, number 15, Talia Thompson. And then lastly, a senior attacker, number 6, Charlotte Vincent. So those are the rosters and the two teams getting ready to take the field now. Once again, the visiting Braintree Womps playing in the blue jerseys, while the hosting Brookline Warriors play in the white jerseys. Minding the net for the Braintree Womps over on the right side of the field for this first period is their freshman goalie, number 30, Fiona Riley. While on the other side on the left, minding the net for Brookline is their usual starting goalie, the senior, number 25, Kaylin Carrain. Taking the draw for Brookline, they have number 6, Charlotte Vincent. While for Braintree, they send out number 10, Rebecca Horger. Vincent versus Horger on the opening draw. We wait for the whistle, and here we go. It's up in the air. Battled for and taken by Horger. Horger runs it into the attack zone with little resistance. Sends it up top to number 13 and then swung over to number 23. Quick passes around. They've now got it to number 6 and then back up top to number 19. Number 19 is Maggie Burchill. Burchill flips it over to Horger. Now they cycle around. They're in the far right corner now. Coming around the back, this is number 13, looking for her chance, taking the shot, turned away by Carrain, might have hit the post. Recovered for a second by Brookline, but then recovered by Braintree. Now coming around the back again, and the pass goes out to number 6. Swinging it around, they eventually get to number 19. It was number 18 who recovered that rebound behind the net. Burchill charging in, she ends up sending it out. I think that is Horger. And now they send it behind the net again. This is number 14 who ran into traffic, now swinging it around. And that's actually Horger who just had the ball and passed it up top to number 13. Running into traffic and running out of room. Now coming from behind the net. Looking for the opening. Number 6 makes a cut, takes a shot, and scores. First goal of the game scored by number 6, Claire Joyce. Some patience from the Braintree Womps. Their first attempt was turned away by Carrain, but a nice recovery on the rebound by number 18, Margot Tenney, to keep the play going. And ultimately, it was Joyce who capitalized. Vincent and Horger back to the draw circle. Braintree leads Brookline 1-0 here in the first period. Draw is taken. It's up in the air, and it's recovered by Braintree. That is number 19. That is Maggie Burchill. Pass it ahead to Joyce. Now back up top, this is number 13, Carolyn Burchill. Flips it over to, I think that's Horger. Number 10, Rebecca Horger, charging in, taking the shot, and she scores. Rebecca Horger makes it 2-0 in favor of Braintree. She had 2 defenders on her, but unfortunately not on the side that the second defender needed to be. When the help defense comes, you really got to be where the player is trying to run, and unfortunately the help defense was coming from the opposite side of where Horger was going. So didn't provide a lot of resistance there, and now Horger will take another draw, this time against number 9, Anya Downey. Up in the air it goes. It's knocked down, and ultimately a penalty called against Nina Luby for knocking the stick out of the hands of Burchill. Burchill throws it ahead to Horger. Horger starting to charge, runs out of room, and ultimately flips it back to Maggie Burchill. Maggie Burchill looking around, and she flips it over to Horger. Horger sends it up top for number 23, Emma McDonald. McDonald surveying, and she flips it back out. This is number 18, that is Margot Tenney. Tenney flips it out to number 17, who now draws a penalty. This is going to be called against number 13, Ava Bauman. The one drawing the penalty was number 17, Abby Shaligan. Shaligan operating out of the free position now for Braintree. Awaiting the whistle. There's the whistle. Shaligan starts to charge, moves to her left, quickly runs out of room, and flips it over to Horger on the left side. Horger sends it down to the corner. I believe this is Joyce. She's got 1 goal already tries to throw inside. Dangerous pass was juggled, and a loose ball, and the whistle goes in Brookline's favor. And the pass is immediately deflected, and it looks like it's going to be taken away. That's Maggie Burchill. She's running in, runs out of room, and has to reset the play. Sends it behind the net to number 23, and now out to Joyce. Claire Joyce with the ball. Passes it out to Shaligan. Shaligan centers it. And now a quick pass inside. This is number 14, who just misses wide. That was a nice pass, I believe, from Joyce, but couldn't finish, and the rebound recovered by number 23, McDonald. Emma McDonald flips it out to Joyce. Joyce sends it back to number 14. And now passing it around they go. From behind the net, coming in, taking the shot, and scoring. That is number 19, Maggie Burchill. So 3 different goal scorers thus far as Braintree takes an early 3-0 lead. The first goal from Claire Joyce, the second from Rebecca Horger, and now the third from number 19, Maggie Burchill. We return to the draw circle. It's been all Braintree thus far, dominating the time of possession early in this game, and that all comes off the draw controls. This one up in the air and scooped by Anya Downey. Brookline on the offense for the first time. Downey brings it in the attack zone, throws a floating pass that skips away from her target. She was aiming at Hannah Park. Abby Cooney chasing it down, trying to keep it in bounds, and looks like she couldn't do it. So Brookline quickly turns the ball over, and Braintree will take over. Taking it along the far sideline is number 2. Throws it ahead for number 13, Carolyn Burchill, but it's juggled and lost out of bounds. So a quick turnover, and it'll be Brookline's Nina Luby with it. Passes it ahead to Bauman. Bauman surveying, flips it over to Downey across the field. Downey now running with it. Working her way into the attack zone. Throws a pass ahead that is missed and recovered by Braintree. The passing game not working well for Brookline thus far. That pass was aimed for number 8, Faith Rothstein. So after the whistle, Braintree's number 11 will be operating out of the free position. Runs with it. Pass is deflected and recovered by Brookline's number 20. She gets immediately swarmed but draws a whistle. Ellery Eisenhower, the nice defensive play there, as after the whistle, she immediately passes ahead. This is Faith Rothstein working it into the attack zone. Safe pass to the right to Downey. Downey looking around. Passes it back up top to Rothstein. Rothstein flips it over looking for Luby. It's juggled but recovered. And now Luby, usually on the defense, operating in the attack zone. And she sends a pass to the back over to number 2, who is not on my roster. Eventually passes it over to Abby Cooney. And now out to Ayana Medina. Medina starting to charge in, hits traffic, nowhere to go, and she sends it back to the middle to Faith Rothstein. Rothstein starts to charge, but again hits traffic. Pass inside to Downey, and Downey finishes! For all the sloppy passes Brookline has had early in this game, that one was a beauty. Great assist by Faith Rothstein, great catch and shoot by Anya Downey, and Brookline is on the board. 3-1 now the score. Downey, of course, the most lethal of Brookline's scorers. For those of you who follow my broadcasts, you might know the last time I covered this Brookline girls lacrosse team, Anya Downey accounted for all 6 of Brookline's goals in that game, which was ultimately a loss to Natick High. So it is Downey taking on Maggie Burchill in the draw circle. Draws up in the air. Ball is loose, being chased down and scooped up by Braintree. That's Maggie Burchill. Burchill flips it over to Joyce. Now swung over to number 17, Shaligan. Shaligan starts to charge in, runs out of room. Good help defense and a deflection on her attempted retreating pass. And that's going to be out of bounds, and they're going to give it to Brookline. Good defense from Brookline. A few defenders on there. It looked like Eisenhower, Bauman, and Downey were operating on the defense. And now Downey will start the possession. Works her way through some defenders, across midfield, and into the attack zone she goes. Brookline back on the attack. Downey, the only goal so far. Quick pass to Medina. She recovers it and scores. Check out Brookline's passing game early in this one. This time the assist comes from Downey and the goal comes from Ayana Medina. So already Brookline with more different goal scorers than they had last week against Natick. And both of their goals have been assisted thus far. Last week, 4 of Downey's 6 goals had to come out of the free position. But some nifty passing early in this one as Brookline cuts the Braintree lead to 3-2. And of course, credit to the defensive effort getting that ball back. Downey and Burchill back in the draw circle. And got to make sure everything is set properly. There's the whistle, and up in the air it goes. Being chased after and recovered for a second by a couple different players, but then ultimately recovered, I believe, by Downey and thrown ahead to Abby Cooney, who draws a whistle. Some help on the recovery there by number 6, Charlotte Vincent. Cooney runs it into the attack zone out of the free position, starts her team's offensive possession, running around, hits traffic, and draws a cross-check whistle. That was against Maggie Burchill, and now Cooney with a good chance out of the free position. Cooney, can she tie this game out of the free position chance? Refs arranging everyone properly. We await the whistle. There's the whistle. Cooney charges in, takes the shot, and it's in! We've got a tie game. 3 unanswered goals by Braintree, then answered with 3 unanswered goals by Brookline. Anya Downey, Ayana Medina, and now Abby Cooney. We got ourselves a ball game early in this one. All knotted up at 3, and Charlotte Vincent returns to the draw circle for Brookline to face off with Maggie Burchill. Vincent was a big part of that last draw win for Brookline. She either recovered it herself or she tipped it to Anya Downey. Either way, she was right in the thick of it. And now she'll be the one starting things off. Who's 6? Smith? Oh. Draw is won by Burchill. Burchill runs into the attack zone. Sends it out to number 2. Number 2 sends it up top to Carolyn Burchill. Burchill starts to charge in, hits traffic, flips it out to number 23, McDonald, and McDonald gets sandwiched. And the whistle gives the ball to Brookline. Huh. Not what you would usually expect the call to be from that situation, but either way, Brookline gets possession. The first pass goes ahead to Ayana Medina. Now juggled by Cooney and lost, and it's scooped up by Carolyn Burchill. Now run into the attack zone. Sent up top to number 18, Margot Tenney, who then flips it over to what looks to be number 2, Ava McDonald. Now over to Maggie Burchill. Now over to Carolyn Burchill. Now over to Emma McDonald. And she has to pull back. Nicely defended. Starts to charge in and ends up sending the pass over to Ava McDonald. Now the pass over to the corner. Charging in is Margot Tenney. Long shot saved by Karain. Pass goes out to what looks like Anya Downey. Downey weaving her way through, working the transition game well across midfield and into the attack zone. Downey sends it to the corner to number 2. Now behind the net. And a quick pass over to Cooney. Cooney charging in. Shot misses high, but recovered by number 2. Running behind the net. A quick pass for Rothstein. She collects it, but can't get the shot off cleanly. Loose ball, recovered by Downey. Downey running around looking for an opening. Floats a pass to Cooney. Cooney takes a shot and saved by Riley. The pass kind of gets away from her, and it's recovered by Nina Luby. Luby throws it over to Cooney. Cooney running around the back now. Now a pass outside to number 2. And it's recovered and floated ahead for Claire Joyce. Juggled but recovered. And now a pass across to number 14. She juggles it but picks it back up. Now over to number 18, Margot Tenney. Tenney running with it into the attack zone. Well defended. Ball's jarred loose and now recovered by Nina Luby. Great defense by number 17, Lee Mitchell. Luby running in transition now into the attack zone. Flips it over to Downey. Downey's got some space to work. Weaves around one defender. Fakes out another. Coming around. Takes the shot. Hits the high corner there for the goal. Anya Downey, her second score of the day. And Brookline takes the 4-3 lead. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, live here at Downs Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. I'm going to take a quick mute break during this timeout, but I'll be right back. Stay tuned. Hello, I am back. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan here at Downs Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. And some slight corrections to the roster, some mistakes I've apparently been making this entire season due to a slightly faulty roster I was given at the start. But a very helpful soul who is here at the field today was able to correct me. So in actuality, number 6 is not Charlotte Vincent. It is Charlotte Smith. And the number 2 player that I was struggling so much to identify was actually Charlotte Vincent all along. So mystery solved there. My apologies to the players for not getting the names right. You know, that's my bad. Had a roster that had 2 number 9s and 2 number 5s on it, so I got a little confused. But now I've got things cleared up. And now I can give some slightly better coverage as we get back to this ball game. Brookline operating on a tour de force here. 4 unanswered goals after allowing 3 straight goals to Braintree, and they now lead 4-3. 2 goals from Anya Downey, 1 from Ayana Medina, and 1 from Abby Cooney. And it will be Charlotte Smith taking the draw against Rebecca Horger. Draw goes up in the air, deflected for a second by Ava McDonald. It goes loose, and look at the speed on Charlotte Smith chasing that ball down and taking it for Brookline. Brookline's been doing much better in the transition game since the early stages. This pass goes to Faith Rothstein, now over to Abby Cooney. Cooney sends it back to Rothstein, now over to Downey. Downey flips it over to Nina Luby, who then gives it to Ayana Medina. Medina back to Luby. Back to the center, over to Charlotte Vincent. Vincent charging in, weaves around her defenders, decides to pass out of it, gives it over to Cooney. Cooney starts to charge in, decides against it, sends it up top. This is Nina Luby. Luby charging in, but runs out of room and sends it behind the net to Rothstein. Rothstein passing along, a pass looking inside for Downey. It's deflected away, loose ball being fought for and ultimately won by Charlotte Smith. Smith coming around her defender, starting to charge in, but again, well defended. Coming around the back, goes for a quick pass to Rothstein. Rothstein finishes! Faith Rothstein off a nice pass from behind the net. And Barry's goal number 5 for Brookline. Brookline now with the 5-3 lead. Charlotte Smith returns to the draw circle. I think she's facing Horger again. Whistle blows up in the air. It's deflected and recovered by Smith. I'm glad I've got her name right now because she has been so effective off these past couple of draws. Charges in herself and draws the whistle, but not before the final whistle to end the first quarter. We are through one here at Downs Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. The score, the hosting Brookline Warriors 5, the visiting Braintree Womps 3. It's been a game of runs so far. First 3 goals, all scored by Braintree. First one by Claire Joyce, the second by Rebecca Horger, and the third by Maggie Burchill. But then Brookline has answered in kind. Goals coming from Anya Downey, Ayana Medina, Abby Cooney, then Anya Downey again, and then the most recent goal scored by Faith Rothstein. So 5 goals, 4 different goal scorers, and Brookline moving the ball so much better in this game. I don't know if it's just a difference in opposing defenses, but this feels like night and day compared to that Natick game I covered last week. In that game, it just felt like there were no passing lanes, so everybody was trying to take it by themselves and force their way through, and it seemed like Downey was the only one who had any luck doing that. And as a result, she was the only one who got on the scoreboard, but in this game, they've been moving the ball much better, a bunch of assisted scores, and the results speak for themselves, a 5-3 lead after the first period. I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan live at Downs Field, and I'll be back after a short mute break. Stay tuned. And I'm back. Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan live here at Downs Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of this high school girls lacrosse game between the hosting Brookline High Warriors and the visiting Braintree High Womps. We're about to kick off the second of 4 periods. And the home team coming into this second period with a lead, 5-3 the score in favor of the Warriors, courtesy of 2 goals from Anya Downey and a goal each from Ayana Medina, Abby Cooney, and Faith Rothstein. Brookline has been doing very well in the transition game after some early hiccups. I think their first 2 attempted passes were both intercepted or knocked out of bounds. Their first 2 or 3 passes went errant, and since then it's been very smooth operating as we head back to the draw circle. This is number 6, Charlotte Smith, against number 19, Maggie Burchill. Up in the air it goes. Knocked down, being chased, still kept alive, and ultimately scooped up by Anya Downey. Great job forcing off Rebecca Horger to recover that one. She passes ahead to Abby Cooney. Cooney flips it over to Nina Luby. Luby charges in, weaving her way through some defenders. Running out of room, though, and she's just got to go behind the net. Swings a pass over to Rothstein. Rothstein's got 1 goal already. She's coming around, has it knocked away from her, but she recovers it and flips it over to Downey. Downey sends it over to number 3, Andrea Motakaitis, who then sends it back to Luby. Swinging it around they go, and now it's with Ayana Medina, who's also got a goal today. Sends it outside. And now Cooney was looking to charge in. Nothing doing there, but we've got a whistle. So it looks like Cooney will be operating out of the free position. She's got 1 score out of the free position, but she's coming from further back this time, so she quickly passes it to Downey. Downey cuts in. Nice save by Riley. Rebound recovered by Nina Luby. Good job keeping the possession going. She comes out the back, swings a pass over to Medina, recovers it, turns around, shoots, turned away by Riley. Fiona Riley doing a great job turning things away. The rebound recovered by Downey. Pass to Luby. Luby weaving her way through. Shot deflected and goes behind the net, but well covered by Charlotte Smith to keep the possession with Brookline. 3 shots have been turned away so far as Smith gives it over to Medina, who then sends it outside. Insert pass to Downey. Downey comes around, weaving her way through. Got an open space and an easy score. Anya Downey, just such a talent for weaving through defenders. You can see it when she's working the transition game, and you can see it when she's finishing on plays like that. The senior midi completes the hat trick with that score and extends the Brookline lead to 6-3. Smith and Burchill return to the draw circle for another go at it. Brookline has been very effective on the draws after Braintree was dominating the first 3. Since then, I think Brookline has won all but 1 of them, and the one they didn't win, they forced a quick turnover. This one is a bit of a scrum. It's being chased down and ultimately recovered by Smith. Brookline's draw dominance continues, and it's passed ahead to Abby Cooney. Cooney running with it, flips it over to Downey. Downey passes for Luby, misses, but well recovered by Medina. Medina decides to give it over to Luby. Luby looking around and decides to send it over. That was Motakaitis, who now sends it up top to Medina. Medina looking around, has the ball jarred loose and taken away. Rebecca Horger picking her pocket there. And now running with the ball in transition. Nobody near her. She's easily going to get into the attack zone, and Braintree goes back on offense. Flips it over to a wide open Margot Tenney, but she couldn't collect the pass and doesn't get a good chance there. She just has to recover it and send it back out to number 2. A pass inside from McDonald, and the shot is turned away by Karain. Great save off the shot from Braintree's number 14, who is not on the roster I was given. Go figure. And drawing the whistle is Anya Downey. A bit too physical on the defense was number 23, Emma McDonald. Downey running with it. Looking around, passing ahead. Pass is juggled. Scrum for the ball, still loose. They're still battling for it. This one's might be rolling out of bounds. It's being chased after. Recovered for a second, but not cleanly. Last one to touch it. Oh, they're going to give it to Brookline. I thought the last one to touch it was Motakaitis. It seemed like she scooped it out of bounds, but they give the ball back to Brookline. So Motakaitis flips it over to Cooney. Now to the center to Luby. Luby running with it. And gives it over to Downey. Downey with 3 goals already, and she passes it over to Motakaitis. Behind the net they go to Cooney. Swung over to, I believe, Rothstein. Couple passes, and now it's out to Luby. An attempted pass inside is deflected and chased down, but not scooped up, so they're going to be scrumming for the ball, and it's scooped up by Smith. That's why they've got Charlotte Smith on draw controls, because you need the players who are best at scooping up loose balls on that position. This is Nina Luby now approaching, running out of room, ball jarred loose, and this one's going to be scooped up by number 2, Ava McDonald. McDonald passes ahead to Margot Tenney. Tenney has it knocked away. Her pocket is picked by Anya Downey, and Downey draws the whistle. Downey quickly running with it, passes ahead to Rothstein. Rothstein's got 1 score already. She makes her approach, runs out of room. Quick pass aimed at Medina. She gets it, shoots as she's falling down, misses wide, but draws the whistle. She was practically tackled to the ground by the 2 defenders that were trying to stop her. Credit to the pass from Faith Rothstein that put Medina in a chance to draw the penalty. Medina with 1 goal already, coming out of the free position now. There's the whistle, charge in, shot, turned away by Riley. Great efforts early from the freshman goalie, Fiona Riley. Brookline could easily be leading by a lot more. Dangerous pass is completed, and Braintree gets working on the clear attempt. Sprinting with it, the ball is jarred loose from number 15, but the whistle is blown. Number 15, also not on the roster I was given, go figure. But she continues running with it after the whistle into the attack zone, still going, met by Lily Rogers, but there's the cross-check whistle. So number 15 will be operating out of the free position. Score is Brookline 6, Braintree 3. Braintree trying to end a streak of 6 unanswered goals by the Warriors. Number 15 with a decent chance of taking a shot here. Not as close as you might like, but she charges in, takes the shot, turned away by Karain. Loose ball right in front of the net. It's going to be a battle, and it's won by Nina Luby. Luby now running with it, out of her own zone, across midfield, into the attack zone. Look at the speed. And Luby finally able to just reset. Up top to Anya Downey, and now swung over to Cooney. Cooney looking around, starting to charge, but hits traffic. Good help defense, and she has to flip it out to Medina. Medina starting to charge in. Again, good help defense by Braintree, and she's got nowhere to go. Over to Downey now, and Downey, a couple spins, weaves her way through and scores! How do you defend that? You can't. You can't defend moves like that. It's not possible. I mean, when the player can just change direction that quickly and weave through the tightest of windows, like in this game, you cannot defend that without committing a foul. Anya Downey is just a cheat code, honestly. 4 goals already for the senior midi, and those 4 goals represent the difference in score right now as Brookline extends its lead to 7-3 and extends its run to 7 unanswered goals against the Womps. In the draw now, it's Horger versus Smith. Loose ball, and it's picked up by Smith. Artful poking at Rebecca Horger to keep her from cleanly recovering the ball, and then ultimately she wound up with it. Pass out to Nina Luby. Luby passes behind the net. This is Faith Rothstein being harassed by several defenders and drawing the whistle. Rothstein operating out of the free position. She's got 1 score already. bit farther from where you'd like to be on the free position, but she takes the long shot and scores! Riley couldn't stop that one, and Faith Rothstein with her second goal of the day. So Rothstein now becomes the second multi-goal scorer on Brookline's roster as the Warriors continue their run against Braintree and extend the lead to 8-3. Smith and Horger return to the draw circle. Smith has been nothing short of dominant in the draw circle today. And this one is won by Horger. Horger's pass is immediately intercepted. That's Anya Downey. Downey running it into the attack zone. Still sprinting with it, poked away from behind by Horger, and she takes the ball right back. It's a game of give and take right now, but the pass is errant and being chased down by Charlotte Smith. Nobody wants this ball. Smith running with it now, weaving her way through, and ultimately drawing a whistle. What a wild sequence that was. Just turnover, turnover, turnover. Absolutely wild, but now Charlotte Smith with a good angle out of the free position now. She might get her first goal of the day here. Charging in, taking the shot, and finishing. Charlotte Smith gets on the board. Her claim to fame so far today has been the draw controls, but now she can add a goal to her statistics for the day. As Brookline continues to run away with this one, 9-3 the score in favor of the Warriors. Would you believe that Braintree once led this game by 3 goals? It's hard to fathom at this point in the game. Here we go on the draw circle again. Draw is up in the air and recovered by Smith for a second, but poked away. And now being chased down by Claire Joyce. Joyce recovers it and brings it into the attack zone. Sends it ahead. Can't quite see the jersey number there, but they work it behind. That's Emma McDonald juggling it and losing it. Braintree's had so much trouble with the turnovers these past couple possessions. And it'll be Lily Rogers starting on the clear attempt as she safely flips it over to the goalie, Kaylin Carrain. Carrain sends a long pass out to Smith. Smith runs into traffic and sends it ahead to Nina Luby. Luby running with it, showing her speed once again in transition into the attack zone, charging in and drawing a whistle. I mean, hey, you got to have speed if you're going to be a hockey player, and folks might remember from the winter season, Nina Luby, an effective defender and co-captain on the girls' hockey team. But now working her speed out here on the lacrosse field. Now out of the free position, charging in and scoring! Nina Luby, who is normally a defender on this Brookline roster, appears to be working as a midi today, and she buries the goal. Brookline is in double figures. 10-3, the Warriors lead the Womps. 4 goals from Anya Downey, 2 from Faith Rothstein, and 1 apiece from Abby Cooney, Ayana Medina, Charlotte Smith, and Nina Luby. Back to the draw circle we go. I believe it is Smith against Horger once again. Braintree's been doing a good job winning the draws these past couple of contests, but they haven't done a good job maintaining possession. This one is up in the air, being scrummed for and won by Joyce, but then poked away, but there's the whistle. So Joyce will get to move out of the free position into the attack zone, surveying, running around to her right, trying to spin around her defender and drawing a whistle. That whistle appeared to be against number 18, Jada Kelly. Now coming out of the free position, Awaiting the whistle, a nice angle here, but nothing doing against Kaylin Karain. She pockets it easily. And now just looking for a clear attempt. Sends it down the middle for Rogers. And Rogers draws a penalty. Quickly runs with it. Her pass is deflected, but still complete. Goes ahead to Abby Cooney. Cooney runs it into the attack zone. She's got 1 goal so far. Flips it over to Nina Luby, who also has 1. Luby running around to her left. Has it poked away, but then recovered. I believe that's Faith Rothstein coming around the back, running into traffic and passing it out. Good pass to Modakaitis, who sends it behind the net to Downey. Downey passing inside. Rothstein cannot bury it. Turned away by Fiona Riley, but the loose ball scooped up by Abby Cooney and then flipped over to Charlotte Smith. Smith passes inside to Downey, turns around, takes the shot. Goal number 5. Anya Downey making it look like a quick post move in a basketball game there. Gets the pass in the crease, quickly spins around on the defender manning her up, and burying it easily. Like, again, what do you do? 11-3, now the Brookline lead. Smith against Horger. Looks like the official trying to make sure they've got it right. That might actually be Maggie Burchill and not Rebecca Horger. Hard to tell. It was Burchill, and it is Smith who wins the draw. Into the attack zone she goes and passes it ahead to Rothstein. Now out to Luby. Luby sends a long pass to Cooney, and Cooney finishes. Great find by Nina Luby and a nice catch and shoot by Abby Cooney. That is her 2nd goal today. So we've now got 3 multi-goal scorers on this Brookline roster. 5 goals from Anya Downey, 2 apiece from Faith Rothstein and Abby Cooney. And then 1 apiece from Nina Luby, Ayana Medina, and Charlotte Smith. Speaking of Smith, she goes back to the draw circle. I'm not sure who she's taking on here. It might be Claire Joyce. Up in the air it goes, and it's caught by Downey. Downey running it into the attack zone, passing it outside to Modakaitis. Modakaitis along the back. Now passed outside, that's Cooney. Now over to Luby. Up top to Medina. Now swung over to Smith. Downey's got it now, passes it back to Modakaitis. Working behind the net is Rothstein, pass to Downey. Downey turned away by Riley. Recovers her own rebound, being swarmed by defenders, somehow escapes, pushes her way through. Her pass goes over the net, juggled for a second, but Modakaitis was still the one nearest as it went out of bounds off the shot. And the pass goes along to Cooney. I don't even know how Downey got off a second shot there. But the possession stays with Brookline. A couple quick passes, and now it's with Ayana Medina. Can Medina get her 2nd goal? Runs into traffic, spins around, draws a whistle before she can shoot her shot. It would have scored, but unfortunately the whistle was blown first, and so if she's going to get a goal, it's going to have to be out of the free position. Good position to be in, though, if she can bury it here. Charging in. Low shot turned away by Riley. And now the whistle gives the ball back to Braintree. A nice idea from Ayana Medina but just didn't quite have the proper follow-through on that low shot as it just kind of skipped off the ground and into the goalie's stick. Braintree now operating on the clear. This is Claire Joyce with the ball now. Floats it ahead, juggled, but recovered by Rebecca Horger. Horger now charging in, weaving her way through. Good chance, and there's the goal. The streak finally ends. Brookline had 12 unanswered goals after Braintree's first 3, but now Rebecca Horger's second goal of the day finally gets Braintree goal number 4. So it'll be the 2 number 6s, Charlotte Smith and Claire Joyce, returning to the draw circle. 12-4, the Brookline lead. Trying to get the ball in the right position. There's the whistle, up in the air. Deflected down, but it looks like it's going to be recovered. No, it's not recovered by Horger, it's recovered by Smith. Long pass, and there's the whistle to end the half. We are through 2 here at Downs Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. The score at halftime, Brookline 12, Braintree 4. For Braintree, they have 2 goals from number 10, Rebecca Horger, and then 1 goal apiece from number 19, Maggie Burchill, and number 6, Claire Joyce. For Brookline, their dominant 12-goal effort being led by 5 goals from Anya Downey, and then 2 goals apiece from Faith Rothstein and Abby Cooney, and then 1 goal apiece from Nina Luby, Ayana Medina, and Charlotte Smith. I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, live at Downs Field. 12-4, Brookline leads at the half. I'll be back after a mute break. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to Downs Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, and I'm here bringing you live coverage of this high school girls lacrosse matchup between the hosting Brookline High Warriors and the visiting Braintree High Womps. The score on the scoreboard reads 11-4 in favor of Brookline. I thought for sure it was 12-4. Maybe I miscounted. The goal totals for Brookline, there are 5 from Anya Downey, 2 each from Faith Rothstein and Abby Cooney, so that would account for 9 goals. And then there's 1 each from Nina Luby, Ayana Medina, and Charlotte Smith. So yeah, that is 12. So I'm not crazy. There's been 12 goals scored by Brookline. As we get ready to start the second half with the teams having switched sides, Charlotte Smith returns to the draw circle for Brookline. Can't quite see which Braintree player that is she'll be going against this time. Smith's prowess on the draw control was a big part of Brookline's dominance in that first half. And she knocks away this one, but it's going to be collected by Braintree's number 19, Maggie Burchill. Flips it ahead to number 10, Rebecca Horger, and into the attack zone she goes. Floats it over to Claire Joyce, number 6. Joyce, Burchill, and Horger, the goal scorers for Braintree in the first half. Horger had 2, and Joyce and Burchill each had 1. Passing it around, they go back up top to Horger. Horger decides to float it over. And now charging in, I believe this is Maggie Burchill. Nice help defense by Brookline, but she tries to come around. Ball is poked away by Ava Bauman, and the loose ball is scooped up by Smith. Nice defense by number 13, Ava Bauman. And good work on the loose ball by Charlotte Smith, who passes it ahead to Abby Cooney. Cooney with 2 scores already today. Coming around to the right. She finally hits traffic and has to pass it back out to Luby. Luby decides to pass it back out to Cooney and then towards the middle to Downey. Now over to Medina. Medina sends it over to Smith. Smith coming around the back. Still carrying it, trying to force her way through, and I think she drew a whistle. Or maybe not. Quickly passes it out to Luby. Luby flips it over to Cooney. Cooney coming around. Surveying. Pass inside. Ball is poked away from Faith Rothstein and recovered by number 13, Carolyn Burchill. Burchill being sealed off on the edge by Medina and Motakadis. Pass and running along the back end is Braintree's number 8. That is Jackie McGonigal. Pass towards the middle for Maggie Burchill. She has to poke it away and then pick it up herself. Running into the attack zone. Quick pass ahead, quick shot, and a quick score. That is number 14, who is not on the roster I was given. A nice assist from Maggie Burchill, however. 12-5 now the score, although the scoreboard reads 11. I don't know, it's possible I've lost track of the number of goals, but I could have sworn I counted 12 in the first half. Either way, we go back to the draw circle. This is Charlotte Smith against, I believe, Claire Joyce. Draw is taken, and a nice reach by Anya Downey to recover it. Passes it ahead to Medina. Medina, working her way around, has the ball poked free. She scoops it over to Downey. And Downey sends it to someone coming around the back. That is Faith Rothstein, who's now got the hat trick. Nice off-ball movement by Faith Rothstein, sneaking around the back door, and then a great find by Anya Downey to set up Rothstein for the easy score. That is 3 goals for Faith Rothstein, if I have not lost count. With the scoreboard disagreeing with me on the numbers, it is so hard to tell. By my count, it should be 13-5. The scoreboard reads 12-5. Either way, Brookline with a handy lead here, as it'll be Smith and Joyce once again. Joining them on the edges of the circle for Brookline, it's Anya Downey and Andrea Motikaitis. And for Braintree, it is Maggie Burchill and Rebecca Horger. Because those players on the edges can be just as important for these draw controls. A lot of times you'll see them recovering things, although not this time, as it's collected by Charlotte Smith herself. She flips it ahead. My mistake, that's not Motikaitis, that is Nina Luby. Scrum for the loose ball, though. Whistle is blown, and it's given back to Brookline. Luby passes it over to Downey. Downey throws a long pass over to Medina. Ayana Medina looking around. Loses the ball for a second. It is poked away, and it looks like the loose ball is going to be recovered by number 2, Ava McDonald, who then draws the whistle. McDonald running with it. Long pass ahead to Emma McDonald, who juggles and loses the ball, and that one is going to be recovered by the Brookline defense. Nice play by number 17, Lee Mitchell. Passed ahead to Abby Cooney. Cooney running with it, being defended by Horger. Seemed like she lost for a second, but she recovers and passes it out to Nina Luby. Luby trying to force her way through, has it poked away. Horger struggling to recover it cleanly, but she eventually does. Her pass is off the mark, juggled and lost, recovered by Smith, who passes it over to Downey. Downey over to Rothstein, now back to Downey. Downey now up top to Luby. Luby swings it over to Smith, now over to Cooney. Into the corner now. My guess is Motikaitis, who then passes it to Medina. Medina, again, struggling to hold on to the ball, but she recovers this one. Medina sends it over to Rothstein. Rothstein's got 3 already. Dangerous pass for Downey, misses the mark. Loose ball recovered for a second by Smith, now scooped into the air by Smith. Still a loose ball, ultimately recovered by Rothstein. She juggles it, but then recovers it. Excuse me. Couple passes, and now the ball is with Cooney. Sends it up top to Luby. Brookline still looking for that opening. Luby running around. She decides to pass it over to Cooney. Cooney starts to move in and draws a whistle, rather. Cooney will be operating out of the free position. Has a bit of an angle here, but she's going to be starting from fairly far back, so it might be a tough ask to get this one past Fiona Riley. We'll see what she does. Decides against it, passes over to Rothstein, and now a pass to Downey. Downey charges in but hits traffic, floats it over to Rothstein, and that's goal number 4 for Rothstein. Again, just great off-the-ball movement, a textbook give and go between Faith Rothstein and Anya Downey. By my count, it should be 14-5, but the scoreboard shows 13. Again, what do I know? Back on the draw we go. Smith wins it again. Running it into the attack zone. Along the left side, passes it behind the net. That's Rothstein. Rothstein now with 4 goals. Oops, there's the camera. My mistake. Pass eventually goes out to Downey, now behind the net. Back out to Downey. Just playing catch back and forth is Downey and Rothstein, but this pass a little dangerous. Skips away from Downey, but she chases it down. Pass over to number 5, and we've got a whistle. That was Fiona Lawrence with the ball. And we've got a penalty. Appears to be called against Braintree's number 15. Or not sure if they sent number 15 off for a penalty, but either way, they sent her off, and now number 7 comes in. Downey passes over to Medina, now over to Luby. Luby sends it over to Lawrence. Lawrence passes it over to Downey. Downey operating along the right wing, sends it back to Rothstein. Now again, Downey and Rothstein just playing catch. Rothstein comes out of the back and passes it out to Lawrence. Lawrence starts an approach, runs out of room, and she's now running behind the net. Passes over to Cooney. Cooney looking around, runs into a defender, passes to Downey. Downey, dangerous traffic here. She decides to retreat back out. A pass, dangerous, deflected away, and ultimately taken by Braintree. Pass goes ahead to number 14. She's got 1 goal. Passed ahead to Carolyn Burchill, now over to Margot Tenney. Tenney now running with it. Being defended, defense comes swarming in, and it's poked away and recovered by Ava Bauman. Great defense by Brookline to swarm Tenney on all sides with 3 different defenders without committing a penalty. Bauman floats it over to Downey, and now Downey running with it. Along the left side, passes it across the attack line over to Cooney. Cooney making her approach, trying to fight her way through, runs out of room, turns around and passes to Downey. Downey retreats back and passes it up top to Nina Luby. Luby running around and passes it over to Downey. Downey to Medina. Medina looking around and passes to Downey. Downey throws it inside into traffic to Cooney, and Cooney has to retreat quickly. Pass out to, I believe, Smith, and Smith almost broke her way through, but instead draws a whistle. Smith has 1 goal already. Let's see if she can make it 2 out of the free position. Charging in and finishes. 2nd goal of the day for Charlotte Smith. So the scoreboard reads 14-5, although by my count, it should be 15. Again, I might have this wrong. To those of you who've been watching along, maybe you've been keeping a better count than me, feel free to let me know in the live chat if I'm going crazy or if the scoreboard is just slightly off. Someone's miscounting, and it's either them or me, but only their results are official, so we'll see how it is by the end. Draw between Smith and Ava McDonald. 1 for a second by Smith, poked away, and then recovered by Downey. Downey passes ahead to Ayana Medina. Medina works her way around a defender. She's got a path to run now. Runs out of room, and the ball is poked away from her. This one is recovered by Braintree's number 7, Medina, trying to keep her from making a clean clear. Pass goes over to Maggie Burchill. Burchill's now got some space to work. Clears it out of her own end. Runs across midfield. Now being defended by Downey as she approaches the attack zone. Pushed along the sidelines by Downey, she escapes and swings it over to Carolyn Burchill. Burchill passes it out to Shaligan. Now a pass aimed at number 12. Poked away by Bauman, but this time draws the whistle. Number 12, Carrie Margaret, passes it over to Ava McDonald. McDonald back over to Shaligan. Shaligan starts to make her approach, defended by Luby, and Luby seals her off along the left side. Pass behind the net. Now a quick pass aimed at Margaret, but too much traffic, and the loose ball was recovered and passed over to Kaylin Corain. Quick couple of passes, Brookline working in the clear there. This is Ava Bauman running with it. Her pass deflected and intercepted. That is Maggie Burchill. Burchill running with it into the attack zone. Trying to work her way around multiple defenders, and she's forced into the corner. Floats it over to Carolyn Burchill, and now they send it up top to Carrie Margaret. Flips it over to Ava McDonald. Now over to Shaligan. Shaligan starts to charge in, runs out of room quickly, and passes it behind the net. Number 14, with no name on the roster, trying to work against Ava Bauman. Ball is poked away, but number 14 recovers it and sends it back up top. This is Carolyn Burchill. Burchill trying to work her way through some defenders, and ultimately she falls down. Was being double teamed by Lee Mitchell and Ava Bauman. And so number 13, Carolyn Burchill, will be operating out of the free position and try and get it past the Brookline goalie, Kaylin Corain. There's the whistle, charges in, takes the shot, and finishes it. The goal by number 13, Carolyn Burchill, puts Braintree at 6 on the board. So by my count, 15-6, but by the official scoreboard, it is 14-6. Charlotte Smith back in the draw circle. Up in the air it goes. Smith and Horger were battling for it, but then it's ultimately recovered by number 17, Shaligan. Shaligan has it poked away by Downey, but she recovers it. Passes it out to Carolyn Burchill. Now back to the middle to Ava McDonald, who then flips it over to Rebecca Horger. Horger floats it over to Burchill. Carolyn Burchill just scored her first goal of the game. It's cut the lead down to about 8 goals. Horger flips it over to Shaligan. Shaligan sends it behind the net. Now the pass back to Carolyn Burchill. Burchill sends the pass out to Horger. Horger starting to charge, trying to fake out a defender, floats it over. That was Burchill, who now sends it over to Margot Tenney. Tenney runs out of room. Nice help defense by Brookline. It's passed up top to Burchill. Burchill starting to charge in, and she draws a whistle. I believe that whistle is going to be... Seems like there's only a few seconds left in the third period here. And it'll be Carolyn Burchill operating out of the free position after the penalty was called on Ava Bauman. Except, nope, not going to have time for it. The power of the running clock. So I'm just going to stick with the official scoreboard for now. The score, Brookline 14 and Braintree 6. We are through 3 here at Downs Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, and I will be back with the fourth and final period of regulation after a short mute break. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the action. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am here live at Downs Field in Brookline, Massachusetts, bringing you coverage of this high school girls lacrosse matchup between the hosting Brookline High Warriors and the visiting Braintree High Womps. The score, 14-6 after 3. Brookline got out to a dominant 11-4 lead in the first half. Scoring's been a little quieter since then. And we return to the draw circle. It'll be Brookline's number 6, Charlotte Smith, against Braintree's number 10, Rebecca Horger. Along the edges for Brookline will be number 9, Anya Downey, and number 7, Nina Luby. For Braintree, it'll be number 19, Maggie Burchill, and number 14, who is not on the roster I was given, so unfortunately, I don't have a name. Draw is taken, and it looks like it's going to be scooped up by Horger. Horger running along the far side and pulls back, and then floats a pass over to Maggie Burchill in the attack zone. Maggie Burchill sends it out to Claire Joyce. Joyce running along the far corner. Now passes it out to 14. 14 charging in and draws a whistle from Nina Luby. She'll have a good chance. A bit of a narrow angle here out of the free position, but still a scoring chance nonetheless. Charging in, and she decides to pass it behind the net. Now the pass goes outside and up top to Maggie Burchill. Burchill trying to come around, runs out of room, and has to flip it out to Carolyn Burchill, who scored twice in that third period. Now to Joyce, and now to Margot Tenney. Now flipped over to Rebecca Horger, who is charging in, running out of room, and has to pass it behind the net. Behind the net is Emma McDonald, who flips it over to Carolyn Burchill. Burchill now running around the back, looking for a passing lane. A quick pass around the back for number 14. She juggles it, almost loses it, almost had it taken away by the goalie, Kaylin Carrain, but ultimately hangs on. Floats a pass high into the air. It misses the target. It's a loose ball. Scooped up for a second, but lost. Now scooped up by Claire Joyce. Joyce has it poked loose. And now the loose ball is finally picked up clean by Maggie Burchill. She sends it over to Margot Tenney in the corner. Now behind the net. I believe that's Carolyn Burchill. Now outside to Rebecca Horger. Horger sends it up top to Claire Joyce. Joyce runs in but runs out of room and has to retreat to the right. Now working behind the net. Coming around. Runs into Anya Downey and has to pass it away. Now Rebecca Horger with it. Comes around a pick. She's got 2 goals already and passes it over to Carolyn Burchill, who also has 2 scores. Burchill trying to sneak her way through. Runs out of room. Coming around the back. Now attempts a pass for Maggie Burchill. It's deflected. Loose ball, and the ball's in the net? I don't know how that happened. I completely lost track of the ball. Someone hit it in there. I'm not sure who. It seemed to me like the ball was still on the ground, but somehow it got deflected into the net. So Braintree gets goal number 7. Brookline still holds a 14-7 lead. And it'll be Charlotte Smith against Rebecca Horger, the draw takers. Up in the air it goes. Knocked down. Loose ball scooped up by Nina Luby. Luby running into the attack zone. She's got 1 score already, but her pocket is picked. Loose ball being scrummed for, and we got a whistle. That's going to give it back to Brookline. I believe that is Smith, who floats it over. That's number 12, Hannah Park. Park running around the back, passes it over to Abby Cooney. Cooney's got 2 goals already today. Pass back to Park. Park passes it out to Cooney. Cooney running with it, weaving back and forth. Passes it to Rothstein, who then passes it back to Cooney. Cooney now flips it over to Park. Park charging in, takes the shot, turned away by Fiona Riley. A nice save by the freshman netminder, but her pass is intercepted by Anya Downey. Downey charging in, and she scores again. I may be losing count of her goal scores, but by my count, that was number 6 for Anya Downey. 15-7 the score in favor of Brookline. And the reason I wonder if I've maybe lost track of Anya Downey's goal scoring is because by my count, Brookline has 16 goals, but by the official scorekeeper's count, it's 15. So I've clearly lost track of somebody's goal count, and the highest goal scorer is always the most likely target for me to lose track. But either way, a stellar day from Anya Downey. 15-7 the score, Brookline leads. Looks like it'll be Charlotte Smith against Clara Joyce on the draw. And it looks like it's going to be scooped up by Joyce. Joyce wins the draw and runs it into the attack zone. Flips it over to Carolyn Burchill. Carolyn Burchill with 2 goals so far today, and she flips it over to Maggie Burchill, who has 1 goal. Over to Rebecca Horger, who has 2. Horger starts her approach, operating against Luby, pushed away. Bauman comes out to help and manages to get enough on Horger's stick that her attempted shot goes wild. Recovered by Braintree's number 14. Now passed out to number 18, Margot Tenney. Now back up top to Carolyn Burchill. Burchill now flips it over to Horger. Now over to Clara Joyce, who also has 1 goal today. Joyce looking around, takes a shot, deflected. Loose ball, and it's picked up. I believe that's Lily Rogers. Nice defense by Brookline. Rogers floats a pass, complete to Charlotte Smith. Smith throws it ahead, finds Faith Rothstein. Rothstein running with it in transition. Gets into the attack zone. Pass to a wide open Abby Cooney, but the defense comes quick. Spins around and turned away by Riley. Cooney fighting for it. And we got a whistle called. That's going to be called against Cooney. So despite some nice ball movement by Brookline, they ultimately lose the ball. And it goes back to Braintree. This is number 24 with it, passing it back to number 8, McGonagall. For those of you Harry Potter fans watching, no, it is not spelled the same as Professor McGonagall. Passed ahead to number 11, running with it along the far sideline and into the attack zone. Still running with it, decides to flip it over to number 14. Number 14, defense comes over to help, and the ball is knocked away. Scooped up by number 14. That was Ava Bauman who knocked it loose once again. Braintree passing it around the cycle. Maggie Burchill operating up top. Floats it over to Carolyn Burchill. 15-7, the Brookline lead. Burchill aiming for Burchill, but the pass goes errant, and it's recovered by Faith Rothstein. Rothstein passes it ahead to Bauman. Bauman now running with it, a player coming up from behind her. But the defender gets it into the attack zone, and now it's knocked loose. Bauman trying to chase after it, and it looks like it's going to be taken away by McGonagall. Some nice defense there by McGonagall as she now comes into the neutral zone. Being surrounded, she passed it ahead to number 11. Floats it ahead and finds number 16. 16 charging, attempts a pass to 14, and 14 finishes. A nice goal by number 14, who is not on my roster, on the assist from number 16, Jordan Bello. Of course, all started with a nice defense by the freshman midi, Jackie McGonagall. That is goal number 8 for Braintree. 15-8 the score in favor of Brookline. Charlotte Smith and Maggie Burchill going to the draw circle. Draw is up in the air. Well boxed out by Burchill, but pursued by both Smith and Downey, but they're going to blow the whistle against Brookline. So Burchill with it, throws it ahead, finds Carolyn Burchill into the attack zone, floats a pass ahead, finds Horger. Horger can't get it past Karain. That was a point-blank chance for Rebecca Horger to complete the hat trick, and she just couldn't do it. Faith Rothstein was being swarmed from all sides and drew the whistle. Now runs with it, passes it ahead to Abby Cooney. Cooney loses the ball, scoops it, still lost, scrum for it, still scrumming for it. Nobody can recover it clean, and now finally it's knocked into some open space and recovered by Faith Rothstein. Passed out to Cooney, now swung over to Luby. Luby passing it over to Smith. Now running around the back, I think that is Fiona Lawrence, who now passes it over to Downey. Downey comes around a pick from Cooney. I have no idea what that penalty was, but either way, Charlotte Smith is now in the free position with a chance at the hat trick. Charges in and gets the hat trick. Charlotte Smith, her third goal of the day. Again, just by my count, I might have lost track. It's possible. But still, regardless, a nice game she has been having. She's been very effective, collecting a number of draw controls and ground balls throughout the game. And I think the score, if I'm not mistaken, is now 16-8 in favor of Brookline. And so it'll be Smith against Birch Hill in the draw circle once again. 16-8, Brookline leads here in the fourth period. Up in the air it goes, collected by Downey. Downey flips it over to Luby. Luby running with it, sprinting, showing that speed, takes a long shot off the bar, recovered by Medina. Medina charging in, takes a well-defended shot, and it's easily collected by Riley. Pass is intercepted by Rothstein. Rothstein takes it back, pass inside to Downey, and Downey buries it. What a great connection those two have. Faith Rothstein and Anya Downey. They connect really well on the passes. That's at least, I think, the second goal of Downey's that Rothstein has assisted on. And I think Downey has assisted on a couple of Rothsteins. 17-8 now, and that's either goal number 6 or 7 by Anya Downey, who has led the charge offensively for Brookline. Up in the air this one goes, and it's won by Charlotte Smith. Smith runs it into the attack zone. Looking around, flips it over to Cooney. Cooney passes, Rothstein buries it! Faith Rothstein, another high-scoring threat who might be part of the reason that I keep losing track of the goal totals. By my count, she's got 5. It might be slightly lower. It might be 4. But by my count, she's got 5. By my count, she's got 5, and Anya Downey has 7. And they've been an absolute dynamic tandem so far. And a great pass on that one by Abby Cooney. Again, Brookline's ball movement has been fantastic today. Draws up in the air. And it's being chased after and won by Anya Downey. 18-8, the scoreboard reads here in the fourth period at Downs Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. Downey passes over to Nina Luby. Luby sprinting in, making her approach, running out of room though, and having to swing it across to Faith Rothstein. Pass now to Abby Cooney. Cooney runs into traffic and passes it out to Medina. By my count, Cooney has 2 goals and Medina has 1. Medina decides to float it over to Smith, who by my count has 3, and now passed over to Luby, who by my count has 1 goal today. Back to Smith, back to Medina, now over to Cooney. Behind the net to Rothstein. Rothstein a pass to Medina, but juggled and lost. And now the whistle blown on Medina, and Braintree's number 11 will take it in transition. Number 11 running with it for Braintree here in the last seconds of this high school girls lacrosse contest. Into the attack zone she goes, weaving her way through, approaching the net, and drawing the whistle. Aggressively defended by Brookline there. That's Fiona Holland, number 11, who is making the approach there, and she'll be getting a chance out of the free position. Can she give her team a 9th goal? Holland approaches, takes the shot, turned away by Karain. A nice deflection by Kaylin Karain. She's had a number of nice saves today, as this is now Braintree's number 14. Passing it around back, and they lose it out of bounds. Turnover will give the ball back to Brookline. Corain throws a long pass for Smith, juggled for a second, now knocked loose, but scooped up by Smith. Pass ahead to Downey. Downey runs it across midfield, and there's your final horn. That'll do it here at Downs Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. The Brookline Warriors come away with a dominant victory. The final score on the scoreboard, if I am not mistaken, the Brookline Warriors 18. The Braintree Womps 8. By my count, I had them with 19 goals, but I might have lost track at some point. Might have given someone a goal they didn't score. Hard to say, as there were so many goals scored by Brookline today. Their offense was absolutely fantastic. I'm going to run through the Brookline goal scorers as best I can, and these are just my unofficial counts. You know, maybe I'll go back and look at the tape later and see if I can get some official counts, but for now, the unofficial counts. Anya Downey, 7 goals. Faith Rothstein, 5 goals. Charlotte Smith, 3 goals. Abby Cooney, 2 goals. Nina Luby, 1 goal. Ayana Medina, 1 goal. And I believe that is it. So 7 from Downey, plus 5 from Rothstein makes 12, plus 3 from Smith makes 15, plus 2 from Cooney makes 17, plus 1 each from Luby and Medina would make 19, but the score on the scoreboard was 18-8, so clearly I missed something. I gave an extra goal in there somewhere, not sure. As for the visiting Braintree Womps, by my count, 2 goals for Rebecca Horger, 2 goals for number 14, who is not on the roster that I was given. 2 goals for number 13, Carolyn Burchill. 1 goal for Maggie Burchill. And then 1 goal from Claire Joyce. So let's see, 2 from Horger, plus 2 from Burchill is 4, plus 2 from 14 is 6, and then 1 each from Burchill and Joyce makes 8, and I think there was 1 more that got knocked in, and I wasn't sure who scored it, so I feel like, I feel like each team was given 1 less goal than I saw them score. I'm not sure. It might have been 18-8, might have been 19-9. Like I said, I might go back and look later just to make sure I'm not going crazy. Or to at least see what my mistake was. But either way, a high-scoring contest, great win for the Warriors. I have been Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, bringing you live coverage of this high school girls lacrosse contest. If you want to stay up to date on my upcoming broadcasts, you can follow me on social media, on Facebook or on Instagram. Links in this video's description. I'm doing this as a volunteer, so if you're feeling generous and want to make a donation, I have a PayPal and a Venmo account. Again, links in the description. Or if you have any special kind of video requests you would like to make, you want a highlight reel of your favorite game or your favorite player. Maybe you really liked this game and you want a highlight reel put together with all the best plays in one convenient package. I can edit that together and give that to you. Or perhaps you want a highlight of all the best plays from your favorite player throughout the season in the games that I've covered. That's something I can supply as well. I usually charge about $100 for those video highlight reels. So if that's something you're interested in, you can reach out to me through any of my various social media or through this channel, or if you just want to go old school and come to me by email, my email address is jgms88@gmail.com. Once again, if you want to send me any special requests via email, jgms88@gmail.com. That's going to do it for the last time from Downs Field, the final score according to the scoreboard, Brookline 18, Braintree 8. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, signing off. Thank you for watching.